Welcome to Into the Prophetic Light Stories. Today's video is titled Unveiling the End Times Prophecy Part 3, The Coming Fire. In the previous two parts of this series, we saw Laura spending the summer with her father, Charles, for the first time. After meeting his daughter, Charles began to experience prophetic dreams. If you haven't watched the first two parts of this series, we invite you to do so. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe. We hope you enjoy the story. I was taking a swim when one of Laura's new neighborhood friends, Tanya, rang the doorbell. I told Tanya on the intercom that I'd be there in a minute. I put on some clothes and answered the door. Tanya asked me if Laura was there. I let her know that Laura had gone shopping. Tanya asked if she could come inside and talk to me. We sat down on the sofa. Tanya said that Laura had mentioned to her a few days earlier that she had a birthday coming up. I listened as Tanya laid out a plan to give Laura a surprise birthday party. I told Tanya that I had never planned a birthday party for a young adult and wasn't sure if I knew enough people to invite. Tanya assured me that it wouldn't be a problem. She called her Aunt Danielle on her phone. It was only a few minutes later that we were all sitting in the living room having a discussion about Laura's surprise birthday party. I began organizing a birthday party with Danielle and Tanya's help. In the process, I discovered Danielle was a hairstylist. Tanya let me know that she stayed with her aunt because her parents had gotten killed in a car accident by a drunk driver. Danielle later introduced me to her live-in boyfriend, Ron. He worked as a diesel mechanic. With time, we all became good friends. Finally, the day had come for Laura's birthday party. It took place on Saturday evening. Mostly, everyone showed up for the party. My friend Ronald was working and unable to make it. I was glad to see Jan and Roger arrive after the festivities had begun. I felt relieved that once Laura had gotten over her surprise, she was all smiles. There were appetizers, fruit drinks and birthday cake. I enjoyed the party too. While the adults sat on the couch chatting, the teenagers swam, danced and ate. Everyone seemed to be having a great time. I was grateful to Jan and Danielle for helping clean up after the party. After everyone left, Laura and I went upstairs. Laura told me she was very happy about the party. I told her how Danielle and Tanya had helped. She kissed and hugged me. It was an unforgettable moment. It was the second time my daughter had done this since we first met. After going to bed, I fell into a deep sleep. Then I had another prophetic dream. My prophetic dream. I was in the living room watching TV. Suddenly, the screen went black. I tried to turn on the remote but nothing was happening. I got up and flipped the light switch to check the power. The lights did not come on. I heard loud booms coming from outside. I opened up the door to find out where the noises had come from. I saw explosions happening in the distance, near the central parts of the city. Other people in the neighborhood were coming outside to see what was happening. The explosions in the distance filled me with fear. Several missiles flew overhead. The ground shook. I went back inside the house, rushed upstairs and knocked on Laura's door. I then entered. She was asleep. She woke up and looked at me. She asked what was wrong. I told her that something was going on in the city and that we should prepare to leave. I went downstairs and looked for my keys. Laura came downstairs. We got into my car. I tried to start it up but nothing happened. Laura asked why the car wasn't working. I told her I wasn't sure. We got out of the car and walked down the driveway. I saw other people trying to start their vehicles too. Most of the vehicles did not start up. I gulped as I realized the power grid must have gotten hit. I shuddered in considering that an amp had taken it down. People were walking on the sidewalks and streets. Everyone looked disoriented and out of sorts. More missiles flew overhead. This time several hit close to the neighborhood. People began to run in panic. Someone inside their homes. Someone elsewhere. I heard a soft voice say Russia, China, Iran and North Korea are going to attack the US. I do not know where the voice came from. Laura hugged me tightly. I grabbed her hand and we ran into the house. Fires were igniting and burning down the homes, trees, and vehicles. I woke up with a start. I was breathing fast. I laid there remembering the frightening dream that I'd just had. For the first time since Callie and I had divorced, I thought about God. Callie was a devoted believer in God. She had tried to get me to believe in Him too. Truth be told, I considered God to be like a hero in fairy tales that some ancient writers had imagined. Now I considered I must be wrong in my disbelief. I whispered, God, what are you telling me, in these dreams? I remembered Callie had left me a Bible when she moved out. I decided I would start learning about God by reading it.